Welcome back to AFL from LA, Round 19 Tips, Who Loses and Why. I'm your host, Cindye, and I'm here with Andrew from Anklesore. Hi, Andy.
Good evening, Cindye, and good morning to me.
So I have apologies to get out of the way. I am so sorry that I had to cancel our Friday or your Saturday morning live stream. I was crook, as your people say.
Crook, yeah.
I'm just recovering. I felt terrible. I hate disappointing people if I say I'm doing something, but you wouldn't have wanted to spend a minute with me, let alone 3 hours with me. So we are going to do it this week. What game was it, Andy?
Hawthorn, Port Adelaide.
All right. So
My
Saturday.
Hawks versus your Port Adelaide.
I guess they're going to be my Port Adelaide. I'm at a huge disadvantage, but we will talk about them.
You've got a soft spot for them.
I don't know if that's true, especially after this past week, but we'll talk about that.
Okay.
So in other news, our little tipping bet, we are at 103 to 97. We both did terrible this week. I think we only got 5 right. Out of the 9, and we canceled each other out with our tips.
Of course we did, of course.
There we go. All right, so let's get to it. First game of the round. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, Essendon on a Thursday night. How happy are you?
Oh, wow.
But the good news is they're playing my Giants at Marvel Stadium, 7:30 p.m. So last week, Essendon, they kicked 4-13 in a 9-point horror show and lost to Richmond 37-46. I mean, was that not the weirdest game ever? Ever?
The weirdest, worst, terrible, most horrendous game I've ever seen of football.
I mean, we thought it was bad when Adelaide played the Giants and it was like 30-50, but
yeah,
I mean, this game was just bizarre. So
it's funny because you couldn't look away. It was like a car crash, right? It was that bad you couldn't look away.
Like this can't be happening. It can't be happening.
No, it's like every time you go, surely they're going to kick a goal now, or surely you're going to hit the target, and every time they tried, it went the opposite way. It was like they did it on purpose. You couldn't write that up. You couldn't write it up.
On the flip side, my Giants stunned Geelong. I mean, stunned. Let's call it what it was. 111-85. No one had that on their bingo card.
Nope.
Cadman had 6 goals. Whitfield was classy in his 250th. I, for one, was a happy lady, a sick but happy lady. So, Andy. So I heard the craziest thing the other day. I heard that you're now like on the Cadman bandwagon. I heard you're a believer.
No, not quite yet. But I did say 6 weeks ago. I want Cadman and Caddy to start standing up, right?
Mm-hmm. Well, one of them has.
Cadman has. Caddy hasn't, right?
All right.
Now, I'm not singling it one performance out. Okay. But I like what I see, put it that way.
I mean, he stepped up when he needed to. He stepped up. All those goals came in the second half. He was fantastic.
When it counted. Yeah, I agree.
And I know that Vito already gave you a hard time about this, but once again, Jesse Hogan had very little to do with this victory against Geelong.
You're proving my point
7.
Exactly. That's right. So for a long time he had to, right? Now that Cadman's stepping up, he doesn't have to anymore.
I see.
So if Cadman Stringer can kick goals, then Jesse can play it fullback.
Yeah, the package earned his keep this week, I'd say.
Yeah,
he did really
once.
well.
Yep.
Important question: Cadman for Curnow? Are we trading?
In a heartbeat.
In a heartbeat. I like it. I mean, I don't like it. Leave your hands off.
Oh, you sure about that?
I like the sentiment.
It's a win-win for both teams.
You can keep Charlie. All right. So Nick Martin is out for the year. Ooh. Is there anything we can actually say about Essendon at this point?
God help him.
God help him. It's a sad situation. Yeah.
It just keeps getting worse. Just when you think it's over, another 2 injuries happen. It's like
exactly.
I don't know what they've done to deserve it. It's poor.
I know. It's look, I feel for the Essendon fans. So let's just get to this. Who loses and why?
Essendon, because they'll struggle to fill the team.
Yeah, I mean, It seems like AFL versus VFL at the moment.
Yeah, just about, yeah.
So my Giants are going to run away from this, Essendon lose. What do you think the margin's going to be?
I think about 45 points.
45. Okay.
So not a total smacking, but,
So I
win.
saw somebody, one of the footy websites had it at an 80 point win, which I would be delighted with.
It's not out of the question.
Not out of the question, but let's see. Sometimes, the whole underestimating a weaker opponent.
That's true.
Moving right along, Friday night, Brisbane versus the Western Bulldogs at the Gabba, 7:40 p.m. So the Lions, man, they overpowered Carlton. Not that big of a surprise, I'd say. Right?
It's not hard to do these days.
But the Bulldogs, they coughed up a 16-goal they coughed up 15-8 in a 16-goal shootout and lost to Adelaide 109-98. And now officially, I think the Bulldogs are the flat track bullies, correct?
I would say so, yeah.
There's no argument there. So what would you say Brisbane's strength versus the Bulldogs' strength are?
Oh, it's funny because they have very similar strengths. Like their running power in both is like Bulldogs, their run is paramount. Same with Brisbane, like just their power. When they get it from halfback to run, they're both attacking teams. They're not very defensive minded. So I love watching both these teams because they can score, and I love scoring.
Yeah.
Jeez, it's funny. You've got me thinking there because both forward lines are potent too. I guess it comes down to the back lines, right? I don't know. That's where the Bulldogs fall down, I think, the back line. So
how does Luke Beveridge approach controlling Dane Zorko?
They call Dane Zorko the magician, right?
Okay.
Let's give him an assistant that's not very good.
Do him and the Wizard have an act together?
Ooh,
are they
I like that, Cindye. I like that, Cindye. I like that, Cindye. I like that one. I like that one.
I can see, like, maybe...
Like Penn and Teller?
Yeah. Yeah.
The only problem is they both talk too much.
Oh, all right.
Whereas Penn and Teller only one speaks, so
that's true.
Probably can't work, but... No, it's all like that.
What does he do about Dane Zorko?
Zorko doesn't play on anyone. He doesn't care. That's his role, right? Get the ball and attack and set up play. So even if you lock him down, he'll find a way. He's that smart a footballer.
Yeah.
And I don't think the Bulldogs are that way inclined either, because I think they sort of back their own system, which they should, because they can score. So why would you go away from your system to try and, quell one player? So
who loses and why?
Brisbane.
Wow, really?
Yeah, I just
the
think,
Gabba.
Yeah, same grass, same football, same posts, same length of. I just think now with no confidence, but I just think that the Bulldogs, we all call them flat track bullies, and they are. They haven't proven anything this year.
Yeah,
this is their last chance to actually even make the 8. Let's be honest. If they lose this, they probably don't play finals, right? So I think it's a huge game for the Bulldogs. I think for themselves, they need to beat a top 8 side. And I think they're capable because they can kick a score. So
wow, I did not see this coming. All right.
You're not meant to.
I'm going to go with Bulldogs to lose. I'm going to stick with the, the Gabba. The Gabba hoodoo,
Good girl.
I mean, it's been a fortress. I like that tip. The Lions have a multi-prong attack versus the Dogs' leaky back six. So I don't know. How fun. We have our first fight.
I was going to say argument, but it wasn't really an argument.
So I heard this one referred to as Sucky Saturday instead of Super Saturday.
They're not wrong.
It gets kicked off with Hawks versus Port Adelaide at UTAS at 1:20 p.m., which, like I said, if all goes well, we're going to live stream. So Hawks, they got beaten by the Dockers, and your Nuggets are on their way at the moment. Like, the Nugget race is here.
I had 1 week of reprieve where I thought, because they were out of the 8, and I'm like, if Hawthorn can knock them off, I should be fine. But of course, that didn't happen. So
no,
I've actually been worried about it. Like, I was like, great, I got out of it, right? And now I'm like, I'm really going to have to eat 100 nuggets more likely than not.
So, I mean, at what point point of the 100 nuggets, like, are you like, where's the line between like, oh, this is okay, I'm okay with this amount, to like, oh my God, what have I got myself into?
I've had to think about that, and it's about 50. About 50, I'll have, not no problem, but, I mean, 50 is doable.
You can handle 50. Okay.
Yeah, I would say so. Like, I mean, I'm not going to say 20. 20 is a breeze. Probably 40 might be a breeze. 50, it's probably up there, but after 50, I reckon I'd struggle.
Do you have to work your way up to it? Do you have to do practice sessions, like training for it?
No.
Do you fast beforehand? Like, what?
See, I've thought about that also. I've done a lot of thinking the last few days. I feel like if I fast, I feel like if I fast, I'll eat quicker. So I might overindulge really quickly. And I think if I just keep to my my current diet, I think I'll be okay.
All right. So the Hawks were great for like 3/4 of that game. Let's not lie. Like, it was tough. And then, I don't know, I guess Fremantle found another gear to bring it home. Port, they rallied late to beat the Eagles, who looked like they were well on their way to their second win. What a disappointment. Butters was best on ground. There were some interesting things that happened in that game, for sure.
Well, do tell, Cindye.
What did you think of Zach Butters taunting the Eagles after they sealed the game? Did you think it was fun or classless?
Classless. He's an idiot.
You're
beating the bottom side. Come on.
Yeah.
Grow up.
Well, Dermy said it's one thing to be a sore loser and another thing to be a bad winner. Does that resonate here?
Yeah, absolutely.
There's kind of like an ugliness to it, right?
There is. Yeah. It just shows, I don't know, it shows a lack of class. You said it at the start. It's like, come on. You've won the game. Enough's enough. Like, they've won one game for the year. You don't have to go and rub it in. It's not like they're first and second on the ladder and you've got a vendetta against each other. It's like, come on, guys.
Yeah, although they were making them look really bad. Like, the first half of that game was like all about the Eagles, right?
Absolutely. But in the end, the better team prevailed, and that was it. Move on and shake hands and move on.
So, what element of Hawthorn's game disintegrated in the last quarter against Fremantle? It turned that 12-point lead into a 13-point loss.
They just couldn't score. I think they were almost scared to go forward. I felt like they were kind of trying to save the game, which is never a good thing.
Oh, okay.
And Freo just had 2 or 3 moments that broke the game open, and that was it.
I heard there was a whole Michael Walters halftime hoorah, hoopla celebration.
Yeah, I don't buy into that.
Maybe like the Cal Ward chat with the Giants. Maybe that was the thing that made them turn it on. I don't know.
If that was the case, you can get stuffed Michael Waters, because you're going to make me the 100 nuggets, all right?
All right, well, who loses and why?
Who's playing again?
Hawthorn against Port.
Oh, poor Adelaide lose at UTAS.
Yeah.
Jeez, they should just not even play this game. Oh, no, then we can't do the live stream. No. Play this game, AFL. Port Adelaide lose because Hawthorn cannot afford to lose this game. Although I think they could be a bit of a problem, Port Adelaide, but I think Hawthorn will get over the line.
Well, so I think Port lose also. One, UTAS is their place. They do really well there, but I think so. Jason Horne-Francis is out with a fractured foot. Ooh. And Rosie has a fractured hand, which is so bizarre, because I looked it up and they said it's a question whether he'll play or not. And I'm thinking, how does he play with a fractured hand? I don't even, the logistics of that, I don't understand.
Well, there's a famous player in the 1990 grand final for Collingwood, Darren Mullane, who's since passed away, had a broken thumb for the whole final series and played. Okay. And he was the one, if you've ever seen that Dacos goal in the finals against West Coast, he handballed it, and he sort of handballed it with his palm or the back of his hand like that, because his thumb was broken. Yeah. And he got by, but look, I'm going to say something silly, but it depends which hand, right? So he's right-sided, kind of Rosie. So if it's your left hand, because that's kind of just sort of your guiding hand. So maybe you can get away with it,
Either way, I don't know. So it's a big question mark. And at this point, why?
I know. I'm big on that. Yep. I agree.
So I think they lose. I think they can't defend Hawks forward 50 ground ball, and with so many players out, I mean, they still have like Radaglia out. They still have all the people that were out last week. I don't know if Alir, he was pretty badly beaten up.
Yeah, he was still injured. He looked injured playing.
Yeah, so I think the Hawks are going to run away with it. So Port lose. So Andy, question of the week. The AFL's broke. Andrew Dillon's yacht is up for sale. To save money and equalize the fixture, they're slashing the league down to 14 teams. You are appointed footy boss, and you have to kill 4 clubs to save the AFL. Who's going down? St. Kilda or Gold Coast?
Gold Coast.
Gold Coast. All right. North Melbourne or Port Adelaide?
Oh, my God. Are you serious or what?
Come on. The future of footy depends on your choices.
Well, based on... We need to have Adelaide sides. North Melbourne.
All right.
Based on that.
Western Bulldogs or West Coast Eagles?
Western Bulldogs.
Nice. I like that.
Yeah, but hey, I just want to make everyone quite aware that I'm not kicking these teams out. I'm giving 2 options and I need to choose one, okay?
Okay.
So nothing against
no one
these
be
teams.
mad at Andy.
But if I'm running the AFL, this is what I'm doing, all right?
All right. Melbourne or GWS?
GWS. It's a no-brainer.
What? Are you insane?
Melbourne own the Melbourne Cricket Ground, so they ain't going anywhere.
I don't know how I feel about these. So I would say Gold Coast. Gold Coast have to stay.
Obviously.
St. Kilda, we need one more Victorian team in the AFL. Seriously?
Hang on, I've kicked out 2 Victorian teams already.
You have, but I mean, you're going to kick out one of the only 2 in Queensland?
Gold Coast don't. They shouldn't
growing?
even. Growing, are they? Oh, okay.
They are growing.
Thank God for Collingwood. It was a full stadium there for the first time in a long time.
Now, luckily, you did kick out North Melbourne because they have the smallest active supporter base in Victoria.
That's right. You're asking me to run the AFL, not to be a good person.
I'm sorry to Vito and Ange that's happening. So, all right, guys. So, who are you getting rid of? The Saints or the Suns? North Melbourne or Port Adelaide? The Bulldogs or the Eagles? Or the Demons or the Giants? Remember, they're my Giants, okay? Think carefully. Next game we have is Saturday, July 19th. The Sydney Swans versus North Melbourne, 4:15 at the SCG. So the Swans kept their finals hopes alive. They just edged out the Saints 92-87. Okay, Lloyd had three clutch goals, and they got it done. Did you stomach this game? Did you watch this game?
I struggled through it. Yes,
it was looking dangerous for the Swans.
It was,
Yeah.
but they can't play finals. Come on, people. They're 3 games out. Come on. There's 6 games left.
Depending on how this week goes, they could be a couple games closer. Another game closer. But so the Roos, they fell away in the 4th quarter, 83-119 against the Demons. Mm-hmm. Cherry has a 3-week suspension for what looked like an accidental contact. I mean, is that how you saw it?
Clumsy accident. Like, he didn't mean to do it, but he's just a clumsy ruckman. And, accident.
Has the AFL officially lost their minds?
Yeah, they've lost their minds. They're broken. We need to start from 0 again. They're just a mess. Absolute mess.
Well, maybe when you get rid of those 4 teams, we'll see how we go.
I'm starting. Well, we won't have to worry about Cherry because he won't be playing for one of them. So
Right. Although I don't know if I want you in charge getting rid of my Giants. But anyway, so...
You'll find another team, don't worry.
Well, I do. I have another in my pocket, but I think both of them were on the chopping block for this quiz.
True.
So how does Clarkson tag Goulden while stopping Heaney aerially?
Nah, no chance.
No chance.
He can do whatever he likes.
Yeah.
North aren't the tagging type. And even if they do, they don't have like a I mean, I don't think they should be going down that path because they're trying to grow and work towards next year and the year after. So if that's the way you want to go about it, tag away. But I don't think they should be going down that path because that's not how football should be played these days. So we've seen the instances in the last few weeks, even trying to tag Nick Dacos. It's impossible.
Yeah. Is Zurhaar the only scoring pulse this week for North?
Yeah, I mean, Curtis can kick a few. Cooper Harvey bobbed up and kicked 4 goals last week, which is interesting. So chop off the old block or whatever you say. You know, his old man's got the games record.
Okay.
You know, they might be getting goals from a different source, North Melbourne. You know, with Larkey being out, you know, they still managed to kick 12 goals or 13 goals. So it's actually not bad for them, you know.
How long is he out for?
I have no idea. He could be back this week. It looked like he just jarred his knee, so he probably needed that 1 week break.
Okay.
So, yeah, if he's back, it'll help.
So, Andy, Zurhaar or Curnow? Who are you taking to Carlton?
Oh, Zurhaar.
Wow, there's going to be some comments.
Have you not seen my club corner? He's gone missing. They're looking for him. He's on the back of a milk carton, Charlie.
Oh, my God. So can you explain this to me? And this is no disrespect whatsoever to Brodie Grundy, but so I keep hearing that he's the highest rated player in the AFL at the moment. Please explain to me why. Like, what is it about him? Is there a scoring system?
Hit-outs to advantage count for a bit.
Okay.
I suppose he's pretty good with his possessions. Like, he doesn't cough the ball up a lot, so that helps.
Okay.
But I don't know. They're just numbers, aren't they? Let's be honest.
Honestly, it's like, you know, I'm in Hollywood. Best actor, really? Is there a best actor? You know what I mean?
Based on what?
Like,
is it metrics? It's not. It's just,
there's
you know
no, yeah. I mean, they're all hopefully good actors if they're nominated, but whatever. Okay, so all right, who is going to lose and why?
Oh, North Melbourne. I mean, Cherry out. Cherry out is like he's been their best player. I mean, for a young team like that, he's not the captain, but like he's a leader, right? He's a huge leader. Starts things off. He's strong. He's competitive. To have him out, it's got to be deflating, you know. So
and against Brodie Grundy, the
best player in the world, you know,
right now.
Yeah. So I can't see them getting anywhere.
And LDU is still out this week.
Should be back. Concussion protocols are 12 days, so he should be back. But Cherry's just too big, and if Grundy has his way with the other ruckman, whoever that might be, look out.
Well, I'm agreeing with you. Swans are going to take the win on this one. Their clearance and handball chains can carve through SCG's wings, skinny wings, and the Roos can't match the class. So the last 3 meetups at the SCG, they lost by 10 goals. Do you know that?
No, I didn't know that, but it's about right.
Next game. Oh, God, Andy.
Can we skip this one?
No, we'll just go quickly. Carlton versus Melbourne at the MCG. Is it a home game for both of them? It sounds like it. 7:35 on Saturday night. So the Blues were out-hunted by the Lions 66-103 for their 4th straight loss. The Demons stormed home 119-83 against the Roos. So how do you think Kozzy Pickett getting all the attention and all the headlines is affecting Petrarca?
Don't think he likes it. The track.
Yeah.
He likes the headlines. He likes his cooking with Nonna.
Yeah.
I don't think he likes being second fiddle to Kozzy Pickett.
Yeah, I would imagine that it would be a hard position to be in to go from being, you know, the top banana to not so much. Do you think it's affecting his performance on the ground at all?
I don't think so, because he's been pretty good. He's probably best on ground on the weekend.
That's what I heard.
Yeah. I think he's one of those players that he's full of pride, so he doesn't want to embarrass himself. So no matter what, once he crosses the line, it's on, you know. So
look, I know Carlton are in tipping jail. So what would have to happen for you to tip Melbourne to lose?
Tipping jail?
Yeah, like you're not tipping them ever again. Like they're locked up.
Do you know in Monopoly when you go to jail and you've got to spin a double to get out?
Okay.
They're playing with 1 dice.
Yeah. Yeah.
So they can never tip a double. They can never roll a double, Carlton. So they're in jail forever.
Forever. Okay.
Ever.
So nothing can happen for you.
Nothing
year,
can
at
possibly
least.
happen.
Okay. Who loses and why?
Carlton, because they're useless. They're playing with one less every week.
Oh, God.
A guy that wears number 30. There's if you drink milk, people out there, if you find him, he should be on the back of your milk cartons.
What happened to Harry?
Oh, who knows? He can't be bothered.
Where's Harry?
He's doing his podcast. It's more important.
So the gap between the Dees midfield and Carlton's midfield and Blues' crisis of confidence, I'm saying Carlton lose.
Good choice.
So for the last game of Sucky Saturday, it's
You got that right.
West Coast Eagles versus Richmond Tigers at Optus, 6:10 p.m. Eagles blew a 5-goal lead and lost to Port 61-87. The Tigers won the ugliest game of 2025, if not the entire history of both AFL and VFL.
VFA, VAFA, everything.
Yeah.
Waffle, everything.
We could throw in other sports. Maybe.
Everything. Hockey. They'd probably score more in hockey than they scored in this game.
Let's talk about Harley Reid. What does he need to do with his game?
Just stop getting angry and play the ball because you're a star, Harley. You're a star, mate. You're going to be the best player in the competition in 3 years. Play the ball. Don't worry about the man.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's a sign of, it's immaturity. He's got more penalties than anyone this year. Free kicks. He's given away more free kicks, rather.
There was some games there early that he gave away free kicks that changed the game, and they only lost by like 2 goals, and that's not good, Like, you've got to, you can't keep making the same mistakes.
So Richmond shockingly won. How did they pull it off against the Bombers?
They won by default almost. It was almost like, how could you lose that? Like, they only need 1 goal to win, and they got it in the last quarter. But, it also helped. There was Nick Vlaston's 250th game, so that was something for them to fight for. And they fought a bit harder, whereas Essendon's got nothing to play for at the moment, So, just their will to win was just a bit too much for Essendon.
There were some other new kind of exciting players, I think, for the Tigers, though.
Taj Houghton.
That's right, Taj.
Oh, he's an exciting prospect.
So, Andy, Harley Reid for Curnow and Walsh?
Yeah, no problem. Done deal.
No problem.
Sign the papers immediately. Immediately.
Okay, even with his behavior issues, you're in.
Yeah, no, it'll change here. Once I have a word to him, he'll be fine.
Who loses and why?
West Coast.
What?
I like Richmond's heart last week.
Oh my God, I'm gonna cry.
Why?
Okay.
Did you honestly think I was going to say West Coast, Richmond lose?
Yeah.
Why?
Was it Richmond? I'm sorry. I interrupted. Why are Richmond winning?
Because they've got something more to play for than the West Coast Eagles. I don't know what that is, but they do. Nah, look. Honestly, like. The West Coast, I do like what they're doing with the kids.
Yeah.
I love that they dropped Tim Kelly again because he's been hopeless this year.
Okay.
It's funny because the West Coast are almost a new team with all these young kids,
Yeah.
There's another plugger down at full forward now that looks like a good prospect.
Shanahan.
Job Shanahan. Yep. I remember in the draft when West Coast got him, they were shocked that he went so late because he's a good kick. Good strong hands, big kid.
Natural
so he's a direct replacement for Oscar Allen, which is going to be great for West Coast.
Hey, but Jack Williams is looking pretty good too.
He is. And look, he's going to have to play too. I mean, you got to think that they're going to lose potentially Harley Reid. Oscar Allen's gone, we know that. Elliot Yeo's another one, hasn't played this year, right? Like, it's time for him to retire.
I know, it's really questionable.
Honestly,
his
like,
future.
he's had a decent career. Dom Sheed's retired, so... these tall kids need to stand up, and with the help of Plugger, Waterman, might be okay next year, but not this Saturday. They won't win this Saturday.
Let me tell you why you're wrong. Let me tell you why the Tigers
Tell
lose.
me all the reasons why.
Because the Eagles are a better team, and they're playing at Optus. You've got Elijah Hewitt and Harley in the middle. I mean, they weren't even playing this week with the only senior players they really had were Tom Cole, Baker, and
Duggan.
Jamie Cripps, right? So, and Duggan. Sorry, they also had Duggan in the
No,
back.
you're right.
So
that's about it. Yeah.
Edwards had Harry Edwards is having an intercept game fest. I mean, he's he was fantastic. There are things that are clicking. Merrick, I think he's on the wing.
Yep.
He's been playing really well. They are showing signs left, right, and center. I
agree.
This past week, they were ahead for the first half of that game against Richmond, and what Richmond has been showing for the last couple of weeks, forget about it. Richmond lose. Geelong versus St. Kilda at GMHBA 110. This is the Sunday game. So the Cats were ambushed by Mud Giants, lost 85-111. The Saints fell to the Swans 87-92, and Butler dislocated his elbow in a gruesome scene.
That was ugly.
The school of Andy says we shouldn't even cover this game, but why don't you tell me why we should?
No, you're right in the first sentence. We shouldn't. This is a waste of time.
Adam Kingsley is 4-0 over Chris Scott's Cats. What does he know that the rest of the comp doesn't know?
I don't know. I don't know, but he's got something on him. I don't know what it is, but he's got something on him, I'm telling you.
The Saints beat the Cats earlier this year by 7 points, okay?
Yep.
At Marvel. And in 2023, they beat them by 33 points. What does Ross Lyon have to do to replicate that?
Yeah, so it can't happen. He's got to play attacking football because Geelong can score, right? But he's just not capable of releasing the shackles, Ross. You know, he's a stubborn man, Ross Lyon. You know,
they scored 87 points against
and lost.
The Swans. Well, but they scored like. That's more than they normally score, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. But so a few years back, I came up with a thesis. I wrote a thesis about how the AFL, if you score 100 points, win or lose, you should get an extra point because it creates the will to score, right?
Okay.
Facts say that if you score 100, you have a chance to win most games, right?
Okay.
Now, you saw the debacle with Essendon and Richmond.
Yeah.
You know, I can't always say they were trying to score in that game, but I feel like, 87, that's their limit, right?
Okay.
They ain't beaten Geelong kicking 87 points. So what have St Kilda got to gain this year, right? Nothing.
Yeah.
Maybe look towards next year and change your game plan.
Okay.
But you're asking me what he needs to do? Release the shackles.
So who loses and why?
St Kilda, because this game means a hell of a lot to Geelong. They cannot afford to drop another game.
Well, I was on the fence with this one.
Why?
Well, because if the game was at Marvel, I may have tipped Geelong to lose. Well,
that's
to the credit of St Kilda, like the way they've been playing the last few weeks, they've put in some pretty strong performances, right?
Yep.
But after Geelong lost to the Giants and the finals position pressure that's happening now, I think they'll get it done. But I think it's going to be a closer game than you think it's going to be. Although I have a caveat to that. The fact that Butler's out is a problem for them. All right, Andy, I have some audience feedback for us this week. Are you ready?
Hope so.
So Peter F. back in Perth said Hawks ? And Hawks ? The pair of you. So he is a Fremantle Dockers supporter, and he was not pleased with either one of us.
Okay. Hey, Peter F., how many premierships has Freo won?
He's looking forward to your eating nuggets, I think.
That's okay.
And on that theme, at Freo95 said, the both of you will need to be prepared to eat humble pie when the Dockers beat the Hawks. I wonder if Andy likes humble pie with chicken nuggets, LOL.
Funny.
I told him if humble pie tastes like key lime, I was totally fine with that.
Key lime pie, which I've never had, but anyway, I'm sure it's
so
delicious.
Good. Crazy Cat 5558. Why would Carlton tank when they on traded their pick? Which I had to look up and learn, and he's right. Last week you said they should tank, but it would be of no consequence.
He's wrong because the lower they finish, the higher the compensation pick for Tom DeConning will be. Okay. So if they keep winning and finish 9th, well, then they get the 10th pick. If they finish 4th last, they get the 5th pick. So absolutely they need to tank. That's
I don't understand any of this trade stuff. It's so
That's why I'm here,
confusing. Right? Another Blues fan, Anonymous Blues, CFC, said Cripps for Rao.
I'd do it in 2 seconds.
2 seconds. All right.
Hey, Matt Rao, the grass is really nice at Icon Park, all right?
BR Hicks 29, they need more outside run and some decent delivery inside 50. Wagoning Millera is what Carlton actually needs.
So how do they get that done? Oh, well.
You're into it, right?
Cripps for Wagoning Millera? Done deal.
You like it?
Oh,
done deal.
Done.
Tony Orton says J-Lo has, well, I said J-Lo. He said JL has his game plan tightly under wraps. Only vanilla football until they play the last day of September.
So true. They won't see the last day in September unless they buy a ticket.
And lastly, Bake Jerton, 91, said, few games in VFL and Kerno will be better for it. I think that's what he means. A few games in the VFL.
A few games in the VFL.
He said 3 Colemans in 4 years, but he's only had 2 Colemans in the last 4 years.
Yeah.
I don't mean to be a jerk here, but in 2023, he played the Eagles twice.
And kicked 10 twice.
I think it was 19 total, right?
Okay.
Nine.
Sounds about
Okay.
Right. Yep. 9
now
and 10.
the other 2 people that were in contention were Walker and Larkey, and Walker kicked 10 against the Eagles, and Larkey hit 8 against the Eagles. So let's just say all Eagles games are even. He got an extra 10, and if that was the case, then one of these other guys may have won. So let's not ride the double Carlton wave too
100%. I've been on that hobby horse for a long time.
Not to take away, his achievements, but that year was a little bit weird.
But anyway.
So he said he has a bit of a bad run and everyone wants to get rid of him. Get rid of Walsh, Chera, and about 10 others before Kerno. And then that was it. That was me rambling on what I just said. All right. Thanks, everyone, for your comments. Love hearing from you, and keep it up. Collingwood versus Fremantle, MCG, 3:15 on Sunday, the 20th. Magpies were upset by the Suns, 63-69, and they were goalless in the first half. Who saw that coming?
No one.
And the Dockers, they won a gritty game against the Hawks, 77-64. Should Freo be following the Suns' template for beating the Pies and just simply keep them goalless in the first half?
Good luck with that, Freo.
It seems like a good plan.
Yeah, it does. Freo should consider not showing up this Saturday because it's a long
trip, a long painful trip.
Yeah, so maybe just stay home.
Considering they're not going to be doing that, so how does Freo solve a problem like Dacos? Josh or Nick, take your pick.
It's impossible. They don't have a tagger and stuff. Again, all these good teams, right?
Yeah.
Their game plan stacks up. That's why they're in the top 8, right?
Okay.
Once you go away from your game plan and start tagging Nick Dacos, albeit unsuccessfully, why would you do it? Why would you sacrifice a play,
So on the flip side of that, do the Pies learn from the Hawks' mistake by not tagging Sarong and Clark out of the game like the week before? Because we saw how effective that was.
Collingwood never tag.
Never tag.
Never tag, and they trust their system.
Okay.
And I'm trusting the Dacos boys, or the Dakai, over Sarong and Brayshaw any day of the week.
Josh was finally listen, I'm sick of hearing about my brother.
Exactly. Take a back seat, Nick. Just sit in the back there, mate.
So how do you think Fremantle can disrupt Collingwood's trademark slingshot off halfback?
I don't think they can. I worry about Freo's bottom 6 players, Johnson and these guys.
Do you really worry?
Yeah. I worry against the good sides. I don't worry. I'm happy they're playing Collingwood this week, trust me. But
okay.
I just feel that those bottom 6 players, they just can't sustain it,
Okay.
It takes their better players to get them out of it a lot of the time.
Yeah.
Good luck against Collingwood doing that, because their 4-quarter pressure is incredible. I know they did kick a goal in the first half against Gold Coast, but it seemed that they were always in the game.
How many goalposts did they hit? Because my recollection is they just kept hitting the goalpost.
Yeah, hitting the goalpost, yeah.
I mean, what if they gave 7 points a goalpost kick? They would have really won that game big time.
Probably would have smashed them, right?
So they won't be bored this week?
No, they won't be bored. No, they don't lose 2 in a row. They just don't.
So, Andrew, who loses and why?
Oh, Fremantle. Because I don't want to eat 100 nuggets. That's it. There's no science to this one.
All right, well, sorry, Fel. I think Fremantle lose this week, too. Don't hate me. The Pies rebound at the G. Dockers travel in a short break. Collingwood get the next 4 games at the G. So their travel trauma will be totally healed. The last game of the round. This is the game of the round. It's the moment we've all been waiting for. Adelaide versus Gold Coast at the Adelaide Oval.
Can you redo that again?
It's your Adelaide Crows against somebody's Gold Coast Suns.
Nobody's Gold Coast Suns.
I believe there's about 26,000 people that would say that they're their Gold Coast Suns, but it's at the Adelaide Oval. It's a Sunday late. It's late on Sunday, 4:40. So last week, Crows statement win against the Bulldogs, and Thilthorpe kicked 6. Should have treated himself to a little cleanup of the beard, a little moisturizer.
Well, we haven't seen him this week yet, so he might have done that over the weekend. You know,
can only
who
hope.
knows?
The Suns upset Collingwood, as we said, 69-63. There was some big injuries. Butts went out with a collapsed lung. He got left behind in Melbourne, I believe. Can't fly.
I think he had to drive
and
back.
Michelle's out. Yeah. And I'm not sure. Have you heard whether or not Sam Collins is playing for the Suns this week?
I don't know. I think he's still got tight calves. So, again, if they're going to play finals, you tread carefully with playing him and just say no.
He's so necessary though.
He's
in
vital
the back.
for them. Yeah.
So
he is.
especially in a game against Adelaide. So
this week, yeah.
Is the Crows' Dan Curtin candidate for Rising Star?
Jeez, it'd be hard to go past him, wouldn't it?
Should the Eagles have taken Dan Curtin instead of Harley Reid?
Absolutely.
Well,
he's a WA boy.
He is a WA boy.
Probably
right.
not going to leave.
What's the biggest threat to the Suns? The travel to Adelaide or Adelaide's firepower?
Oh, the firepower. The firepower is... Like, you saw 2 weeks ago, Rankin kicked 5.
Yeah.
Thilthorpe didn't touch it. This week, Rankin didn't have a big game. Thilthorpe went crazy. So, if one doesn't get you, the other one will. Your boy Keys can kick goals and is dangerous.
Keys has not been his fantastic self lately.
No,
though.
that's exactly right. Well, expect him to kick 3 or 4 this week.
You think so? You think he's going to come back?
Yeah, it's his turn. Like, he's number 6 in the rotation, you know what I mean? So it's like, they have to worry about the other 3 and Rochelle and Rankin and that.
Yeah.
And Keys is like, we can't worry about everyone.
Yeah.
So he just slips out the back and, this is his week, I think.
So here's the question. Who loses and why?
It's a silly question, Cindye.
Is it?
Gold Coast will lose to my Crows. Are you kidding me?
Okay,
I'm not
why?
convinced with Gold Coast. Oh, because they're playing at Adelaide Oval to start with.
Yeah.
They're playing at the ugly 4:40 time, the graveyard shift, right?
Okay.
So they have to wait all that time till late Sunday night to play the Rampaging Crows at home.
I mean, they did just beat the Premier favorites, right? Premiership favorites.
Who did I tip last week? Did I tip Gold Coast?
You actually did.
Right, okay. That was their grand final, and now they have a big letdown playing the Crows, and the Crows will smack them.
So what's the margin going to be?
37 points.
37 points? I've got news for you.
Oh, you do you?
Gold Coast lose. But I think they just lose.
Can you hear my heart beating?
I don't think it's going to be I think it's going to be a close one.
Do you? Okay.
But they have a 6-day break, interstate travel, and Adelaide's contested dominance. I think the Crows get it done. There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. We did it. Round 19.
We got there in the end.
So happy you guys tuned in, and as always, I hope you have a fantastic weekend, and I hope your team wins. And don't forget to tune in to the live stream this Saturday, your time?
At 1:20 Eastern Standard Time.
I will take extra vitamin C, and I will be there.
Because I'll be here waiting.
Anyway, well, thanks, everyone. Have a good week. Bye-bye.